there.
Hey everybody, Reggie and Cindy Moon.
I didn't know what to say.
I thought you were gonna.
You forgot to tell me.
I thought you were gonna jump in.
Oh no! Hi guys.
Hey everybody, it's
Reggie and Cindy Moon.
That's me, Reggie.
Reggie is
hey,
this guy.
Excited to be here. Excited to share our story. The reason I wanted to do this is because so many people ask us, "What do you do?" And I think they want a one-sentence answer.
That's true.
There's really not one. I mean, we own a real estate company. We're brokers. We're financial service coaches. We're life coaches.
Wealth
we're
coaches.
Public speakers.
Motivational public speaking.
We're even in the public schools teaching kids how money works, the fundamentals of how money works. Cindy was asking me to tell the story about, this was 10 years ago, right after the crash, about 18 months into it. And I had a bill collector calling me, and I thought my answer to him was really appropriate, but she thought it was kind of unique. And when he asked about paying a certain bill, do you remember the story?
Oh my gosh, impactful.
Yeah,
Hit me right in the heart.
I said, just yes or no, do you know how many cans of soup you have in your cupboard? And he starts saying, I don't know, 20 or 30. I said, no. I'm not asking you for a number. I'm asking you yes or no. Do you know how many cans of soup you have? He said, no, I don't. I said, thank you. The reason I'm asking you is because you're talking to a guy that has some late bills, and I can tell you exactly how many cans of soup I have in my cupboard. I have 3. It's Tuesday, and I have 3 cans of soup.
Right.
It's just me and my son. It was when times got really tough during the crash.
And you still don't get paid until Friday.
Yeah, I had 3 cans of soup, and I had no money coming in until the end of that week. The point of all that is this. That's where I was. A lot of middle America went through the same thing. You'll hear middle America saying their 401k turned into a 201k. That's cliche, I get it. We call it the lost decade. What it did to middle America financially, some still have not recovered from.
Right.
Would you agree with that?
Yes.
So if you're in the business of selling houses and you run into folks that are trying to get out of the house they're in, they can't sell it, they're upside down. Those days are gone, by the way. They can't get their credit right. They can't get their payment history right. They can't get their income high enough to qualify for what they're looking for. Here's why I'm telling you this. I lived it, and most Americans did, most middle Americans did, that if you keep doing the same thing that middle America has always done,
you're going to end up in the same place that middle America
you're going to be susceptible to it. You're really not insulated against it. Does it take a millionaire to insulate themselves against a market shift? No. It takes somebody that insulates themselves well enough to know that if there is a shift, they're not literally going to be down to 3 cans of soup. It's that simple. When we sell somebody a house, what changes literally?
Their address.
Their address. When we explain to people how money works, what to do next time,
coach them through that
and show them, hey, these financial pain points that you have, they don't have to last forever. It's not the middle class curse. If you don't deal with those pain points, you'll have to deal with them until you can solve it.
So then the contrast between how he and his son at that time knew how many cans they had in the cupboard versus what did we do this past Tuesday, honey?
Tuesday of this week, went and bought a whole new autumn, fall, however you call it, winter wardrobe. Not a blink about
2 o'clock on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tailored suits, ties, shirts, everything. Just while I was sitting in my pajamas working, helping families.
So is that about being
amazing.
wealthy? No. Is that about having enough money to go and change a wardrobe? Sure, it's not that complicated, but it's also about, it was at 2 o'clock on a Tuesday. It's about when you want to do it. Go wherever you want. Obviously, there's traffic's a concern if you want to get back through Atlanta after 2 hours. Right. When people say financial freedom, I think they think that people are saying you're wealthy and you have, a private jet. Financial freedom just really means don't worry about the cost. Go and get what it is that you need and do it when you want to, right?
Yeah.
How complicated. But neat story. Those days were hard.
Yes.
And most of middle America did the same thing, had the same situation.
Trying to recover from the lost decade has been tough. So as we are talking to families, that's part of what we do and what we approach. That's part of how we coach. And when we speak, we try to always tell our stories as well. Because our story, we thought that it was my story that I was going through. I thought I was the only one. And what Reggie and Forrest went through, they thought they were the only ones. Everybody pretty much in the baby boomers and Gen Xers, we were all pretty much in the same boat. That's why
it was
we
embarrassing.
love what we do.
It was embarrassing to think that you were the only
anybody.
one. Your parents hadn't gone through anything like that. Yeah, and you wanted to insulate your kids against it, but eventually it shows. But that's the story of how it used to be. So we're excited. Obviously, we're excited about what we do. So
we would love to talk to you more, Reggie and Cindy Moon. So much.